Hi there, beautiful people. It's your favorite girl, Stylishlyelle, and I am back with another video. I know it's been a moment, but you guys have to just allow me, okay? There's just a lot that I have to fill you guys in the next coming weeks, and so with that said, okay, I know I probably need to film an update video to kind of catch you guys up on everything that I am doing so far. Anyways, as you can tell by the title, this video is about telling you guys about my 5 favorite high-end foundation that I think everyone should have in their collection. Now, you don't have to have all 5. I'm a YouTuber. I also love makeup. So, of course, I have all 5 of these. But I think you need at least one of them in your collection. These are foundations that I feel like you use for like when you're going like to a wedding, on your wedding day, on your birthday. These are the foundations that I wear every birthday, every like major event in my life. I find myself grabbing one of these. I am going to list them in order of how I personally use them and like the level of love that I have for them, if that makes sense. And I definitely think it's worth checking out. Also, these are all like oily skin friendly. You guys know that I am very oily skin. I'm actually trying something really cool. I am using the MAC paint pot as a primer today, and my makeup, even though I did it not too long ago, it went on better, and like I really feel like it's grabbing onto my foundation. Comment below if you know what foundation that I have on my skin, on my face. It's gonna be one of these. It's gonna be maybe all of them. I don't know. I might trick y'all. You never know. But just comment down below whatever you think it is. And if you like these videos, please subscribe to my channel. I know I am literally the worst YouTuber of life, but if you are part of the Stylishlyelle gang, you know that we always have fun here. This is such a positive channel, away from all the YouTube dramas, because I know y'all are sick of that. I know y'all are sick of that. If you want to know what my 5 favorite videos are, then let's stay tuned and let's get into it. Okay, so like I said, these are in order of how I love them, and number 5 is definitely the Lancome Tiente Idole. This is a full coverage foundation. It's transfer resistant foundation. I don't know if I've noticed that, because I feel like all makeup transfers. This is one of those foundations that it has so many shades. Lancome was one of the people who really diversified their shade range before, you know, including dark skinned people became a trend, because that's what it was. Okay, I really love this foundation. I am in the shade, what am I in, what 560 Suede C. I believe this is the last shade. It is a little, it's, you know, it's up there. This is why this is the high end. Okay, don't come and kill me. This is not drugstore. I will be doing a drugstore one. This is a foundation that just won't fail you. If you're scared of trying new things, the Tiente Idole, it's not thick. It's not like a very thick consistency. It's not too watery either. It's just a great balance. It goes on very easily and it stays matte throughout the day. Like, this is a great foundation to wear in the heat. This is gonna be traveling with me. It's definitely going in my travel bag for sure. I love it. So next on the list is one that I just recently added into my collection, but I have found myself reaching for it over and over and over again, and that is the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Liquid Foundation. Again, I'll put the details on the screen for you guys. Am I shedding? What is happening? Okay. I love this foundation. This foundation is thick. You guys know I like my thick things, but this one is thick. If you are a full coverage, I don't want you to see anything on my face kind of girl, this baby, this will do it for you. You almost have to be really careful, because a lot of people had mixed reviews about this. A lot of people didn't like this so much when it first came out. I personally love this, and I figured that it was because they were just using entirely too much of this foundation. If you just want a very seamless coverage, you just need 1 pump of this. I promise, 1 pump of this will cover your entire face. Now, there is a con about this particular foundation. This is your last shade range, and I find that it comes off very light on my face. I have actually used it in a video before. I'm gonna link it right here for you guys in the eye if you want to check how it looks on my skin. But I'm also gonna link the video that I show you guys how to darken your foundation. So I tend to use that trick a lot for this particular foundation. I add a little bit of my black foundation in this until I get a really good balance. I did notice the other day that I went OD, and at the end of the day, you know, my boyfriend was telling me, like, you could tell the difference, like, as it oxidized throughout the day and my oils came out. Like, you could see the separation of my foundation and my skin, and I always hate that, but it did that to me. And I think it's because I literally added too much black. It just looked a little too gray. So I need to, you know, wheel it back on that one. But if you're a little lighter than me, I do get away with wearing this by itself. If you're a little lighter than me, you can wear this. It's absolutely beautiful, and I do think you need it. It is probably, out of everything on my list, it's top 2 of the most expensive one on this list. It is luxury, okay? You can't go and get this at the drugstore, but they are worth the price in my opinion. So Hourglass Seamless Foundation in the number 4 spot. Love it. Coming in number 3 is the Cover FX Power Play Foundation. Y'all, I think I'm almost out of this foundation. When I first started using this foundation, I'm also gonna link it above here because I have reviewed this on my channel as well. I absolutely loved it, and I continued to wear it for weeks and weeks, and there's something about this foundation. I don't know what it is. The finish of it is different from any of the rest that I've already mentioned and will mention. It's just on its own. It has a mind of its own. It's doing its own thing. This foundation is absolutely gorgeous. Like, it leaves your skin looking a little silky. I think that's what I want to give it. It makes it look a little silky. There's not much on the box. Oh, I didn't tell you guys what shade I am in the Hourglass. I am in Espresso, which is the last shade they have. Hourglass, please extend your shade range because I need like 2 shades darker than this one. And in the Cover FX foundation, I am in N120. It is a perfect match to my skin. I love this foundation so much. Now, there is another con that's with this foundation as well. So when you open the bottle, it's not a pump, it's a squeezy. So you have to squeeze this out. The only thing that I don't like about this is when your foundation is almost done, you know, you can still kind of pump it out, tap it, you know, we're trying to save a little money here. But with this, you're not gonna be able to squeeze out all the little bits that's left. It's a pretty high density, you know, plastic. So that's one thing I don't like about it, but it's quite tiny and it is travel friendly. I love that it's plastic. I actually don't mind when my foundations are in a plastic bottle because when I'm traveling with them, I feel much better. I know they're not gonna break, nothing's gonna happen to them. This is also a matte foundation. This lasts forever. The Cover FX brand is amazing. So this comes in at the number 3 spot and will definitely be traveling with me for my 30th birthday trip and to go back home to Ghana. In the number 2 spot, now you guys, the number 1 spot and the number 2 spot are like, I mean, they are this much apart. I love these 2 foundations so much that honestly to pick one over the other is a little deceiving because I wear them equally the same. I believe this and the first position one that I'm gonna show you, my top foundation, high-end foundation I'm gonna show you, it's probably what I'm going to wear when I'm getting married in the future. This foundation, these 2 foundations just make me look beautiful. So in the number 2 spot is, yes, you should already know this, is the Jouer Essential High Coverage Foundation. I am in the shade Truffle. I also did a foundation review on this. I'm gonna link it up here in the eye. Anything that I've used here that I've done a video about, I'm gonna link it for you guys so you can kind of piggyback and actually see it on my face. This foundation is, I'm gonna insert a picture here of what this foundation looks like on my face without any Facetune. This is in natural light. I did not touch up, I didn't do anything. This is what it looks like. It's just beautiful. This is a foundation. Every time I wear this foundation, every single time I wear this foundation, I get a compliment on my skin. There's something in here. You guys know, there's some juju in here that Jouer put in here that there's no cons about this. It has a pump. Sorry, I got foundation on it because I just use it so much. It has a pump. The packaging is absolutely beautiful. It is glass, but it's so tiny that it's very travel friendly. And there is 0.68 floral ounces in here, so it has very little foundation in here, to be honest. For the price, it's, you know, in the $46 range. It has hyaluronic acid in here, which hyaluronic acid is just meant to keep you hydrated, but it is an oil-free foundation. It's a matte foundation, so I find that this is one of my longest lasting foundations. It is the most beautiful. It is like high coverage. A pump and a half of this covers my entire face. It's like you don't need too much of this. I also have a backup of this. I can't speak enough about this foundation. I did have some qualms with Jouer in the beginning because they were the brand that just, you know, didn't know that people like me existed. And I mean, honestly, they seem to be a very whitewashed brand. I don't know, Jouer, prove me wrong, I'm not sure, but a lot of their eyeshadows and stuff I can't use. I would love to try it, but I'm just too dark, and a lot of their colors that they put out is very light. Initially, when they dropped this foundation, they didn't have a shade for me. They later on expanded their shade, and that's how I was able to do a video on it. I absolutely love this foundation. Their concealer is hands down my number one, maybe number two favorite concealer ever. I'm also gonna do a 5 favorite concealer, so don't worry about it. This video is probably going to be a 3-part video, so if you see me looking like this in 3 videos, just let it go. I'm gonna try and add in different videos so it doesn't look like I'm sitting here for 3 videos straight talking about foundations and concealers and so on and so on. Out of all the things that I talk about, if I had to pick one out of the 5 foundations that I think you need to have, even though it doesn't have the number 1 spot, this would be it. Like overall, this is a 10 out of 10. Now for the number 1 spot, everybody, on the count of 3, say it with me if you've been following me for a long time. You know that this foundation was going to be number 1. So on 3, I want you to say it out loud, and I'm going to tell you if you're right or wrong. Like I'm going to hear you. Okay. 3, 2, 1. If you said the Kat Von D Lock It foundation, then you are an OG subscriber, and you know how much I love this foundation. I mean, look, so basically the mechanism for this is really cool. It is a pump, and you just pump as you use the foundation. It pushes the foundation up. Of course, I have a backup of this. This has lasted me a long time. Honestly, it's probably expired, but I don't care. I still use it. This, I am in Deep 81 Cool. Now, I have a fun fact. The other day, I was on Sephora, and I realized that they have extended their shade range. This is a perfect shade on me. Can I go darker? I feel like I can always wear a darker foundation because I can brighten my skin up with concealer, and I'm actually gonna go 1 shade darker on this foundation because this is the kind of foundation that it covers all my insecurities, all my flaws. It covered what I did last night, what I think about doing. It covers all the lies I've told. Sorry, Jesus. This foundation covers a multitude of sins. It is my longest, hands down, lasting foundation. I can wear this foundation for 20 hours straight and maybe only blot once. And once I blot, this foundation looks like it's brand new. It's a really cool mechanism. It has a little plug, which I absolutely love. It's also plastic, so during travel, once you place this on the cover, it locks the pumping system, and then once you open it, it gives space for the pump to go up and down. So it's really secure for traveling. I love it. It's spill proof, and it's actually designed to cover up tattoos. That's what Kat Von D originally designed it for. I haven't actually tried anything else from the brand except for their foundation. The funny thing is, out of all 5 foundations, this is the least expensive out of all 5 of them. I will never get rid of this. I will link this up here. I also did a review on it, and I absolutely love this foundation. This and the Jouer foundation, if I had to get rid of all my foundations and only live with 2, these 2 would be it. Those are my 5 favorite high-end foundations that I think everyone needs in their collection. You definitely need at least one of them in your collection. Stay tuned, because this is going to be a series on my channel of my 5 favorite different things, eyeshadows, lipsticks, so on and so forth. So this is the first episode. Stay tuned. The next episode is going to be my drugstore foundation. You're gonna see me in the same look, so I don't want to hear it. This is how it works for me. I just have to film multiple videos in one sitting. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe down below, like and share. Oh, and put down below which one of these do you think I am wearing on my face. Honestly, I mixed all 5 of them together and it created this magic. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.